I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough.
Jaguar Wright was the first to speak, loudly. She didn't whisper or hint. She called up Beyoncé and Jay-Z by name, accusing them of control, rituals, and manipulation behind their perfect public image.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
At first, people dismissed her. But as lawsuits and scandals began surrounding the very people she warned about, her claims started to sound less like conspiracy and more like a warning. One name kept surfacing in her accusations: Solange. Jaguar hinted that Solange saw something and stepped away. She didn't do interviews, she didn't explain, she just disappeared. And after one violent elevator fight, she was gone for good. Now we're going back to that moment, the one the industry never explained. It looked like a family squabble, an elevator fight caught on camera, a sister defending her own. But what if that infamous elevator moment wasn't just about infidelity, but a desperate warning? A final attempt to break free from something darker, something hidden behind the polished image of pop royalty. Solange wasn't just angry, she was terrified. And what followed her sudden disappearance from Beyoncé's public life paints a far more disturbing picture than anyone was ready to admit, because the silence that followed, it was deafening. And sometimes, silence says more than a scream ever could. It was May 2014. The Met Gala had just ended, and Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Solange Knowles stepped into an elevator at the Standard Hotel in New York. No one expected what would happen next. TMZ released the footage days later, and it instantly became the biggest headline in entertainment. Solange launched a full assault on Jay-Z, kicking, punching, screaming. She swung her purse so violently, its contents scattered on the floor. Jay-Z didn't retaliate. Beyoncé stood motionless, watching silently. The world chalked it up to a cheating scandal. Some blamed Becky with the good hair. But there's a problem with that version. If Solange was defending Beyoncé, then why did she disappear completely after that night? After the elevator, Solange slowly vanished from the Carter orbit. She wasn't on Beyoncé's Renaissance tour. She didn't appear in family photos. She wasn't mentioned in Grammy speeches, not even once. No sightings with her nieces or nephews, no award show hugs, not a trace. And this isn't just a case of estranged sisters. This is strategic silence, calculated absence. Because if Solange had simply been angry about an affair, wouldn't reconciliation have followed? Instead, she faded from the spotlight entirely. And in the world of Beyoncé, nothing, absolutely nothing, is accidental. Before anyone started questioning Beyoncé's image, Kimberly Thompson, her former drummer, stepped forward. For 7 years, she toured with Beyoncé, played in her all-female band, rehearsed, performed, watched everything up close. Then, in 2018, she filed for a restraining order. Her claims: spiritual manipulation, extreme witchcraft, financial sabotage. She even claimed her pet was mysteriously harmed. People laughed. The media mocked her. The court dismissed her. But behind the bizarre headlines was a simple truth. She was too close to the flame. And when she spoke out, they made sure she got burned. While the world danced to Beyoncé's hits, Jaguar Wright was already sounding the alarm. She wasn't just ranting. She named names: Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Diddy, Clive Davis. She spoke of rituals, manipulation, and industry parties where boundaries didn't exist. Her words were often graphic, hard to hear, sometimes dismissed as madness. But as time passed, much of what she said began to check out. She was the first to call out Diddy, long before the lawsuits. And the more her predictions came true, the more people started revisiting her old interviews. Maybe she wasn't unstable. Maybe she was just ahead of her time. This isn't guilt by association. It's a pattern. Beyoncé and Diddy go way back. Shared stages, private events, mutual business connections. Jay-Z helped build the very industry Diddy thrived in. Rock Nation, Live Nation, Bad Boy Records, Revolt. They all overlap. And now, as Diddy's empire crumbles under lawsuits and federal investigation, Beyoncé, known for female empowerment, has said nothing. Not one word for the survivors, not one acknowledgement. Even her most loyal fans, the Beehive, have started asking, where's the queen of feminism now? Enter Uncle Ron, the former bodyguard for Beyoncé and Jay-Z. This wasn't some random internet troll. He was trusted, hired to protect, to stay close but stay quiet. Until he didn't, his claims were chilling. that Jay-Z had a romantic connection to Aaliyah, that her death wasn't an accident, that she refused to play the game Beyoncé agreed to play. He said it flat out. Aaliyah was removed. And suddenly, an old tragedy had new meaning. Aaliyah's death still haunts the industry. A last-minute flight, a plane too heavy, perfect weather, gone in seconds. People questioned it then, but now they're looking harder, especially with rumors tying Jay-Z's name to Epstein's infamous flight logs. And it doesn't stop there. Carrie Hilson was supposed to be Beyoncé's competition until she released Turning Me On. Fans heard a diss. The industry heard a threat. Her career never recovered. She was blackballed, mocked, and eventually vanished from the charts. She never named Beyoncé. She didn't need to. Everyone understood what had happened. There's something terrifying about organized silence. Jaguar, Kimberly, Uncle Ron, they all tried to speak. Solange didn't. And maybe that's why she survived. Because in this world, you don't expose the machine. You don't challenge the image. You play the part. Smile for the camera. Pose for the tour. And when you don't, you disappear. Beyoncé's silence around Diddy. Jay-Z's silence around Aaliyah. Solange's absence, it's not random. It's the rule. And Solange may have learned it the hard way. Solange never spoke, but maybe she didn't have to. The night she attacked Jay-Z wasn't about rage. It was about revelation. And when no one listened, she vanished. Not because she stopped caring, but because she started surviving. Beyoncé and Jay-Z are no longer just artists. They're empires. Untouchable, unquestionable. And if you question them, you vanish too. Solange chose distance. Maybe that was her message all along. Maybe her silence was the warning we all ignored.